Hi everybody, welcome to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl and this is my channel, Tranquil Stitches. Today is Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. It's 2021. Happy New Year everyone. We made it through 2020, right? We made it through. So I'm cautiously optimistic about 2021. We'll just have to see what happens. But for now, I'm very excited to get back into my cross stitch, and I have some lofty goals set for myself this year, so we'll see. Today, I want to talk about the WIPs that I'm bringing into 2021 with me. I want to document for myself where I am as of today on these WIPs, and it'll be fun to reflect back at the end of the year to see what I accomplished. I will be back with a separate video for my 2020 finishes and wrap-up and my planner setup for this year. But for now, we're just going to do a WIP parade and show you and document for myself where I am. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, a wonderful Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you're all happy and healthy and anxious to get into your stitching. There are lots of good challenge groups this year, lots of good stuff coming out, lots of motivation for each other, and just try to keep that throughout the year. The challenge groups are a good way to motivate yourself and visit with other people who are also participating. So if you've considered it and not tried it yet, jump into one of the groups and give it a try. It's a lot of fun. So there's lots of good things going on right now in our community. I have been visiting with several people on FlossTube and watching some WIP parades and being enabled like crazy. Lots of good stuff going on. So let me share with you my 2021 WIPs, and there's 30 of them. I have 30 WIPs. So hoping very, very much to pare that down quite a bit this year. We'll see. All right. Now, I'm going to be referring to my planner. So, bear with me there. I'm going to start with the projects that I brought into 2020 from 2019. That are still WIPs, and I have several of those. So we'll get started. The first one is Anniversaries of the Heart by Blackbird Designs. It is a 15-part series. I am stitching them all on one piece of fabric. I'm not going to show you any previous pictures or anything of these. I'm just going to show you where they are right now, okay? So this one I am doing in honor of the women in my life. I'm assigning the blocks to women that I love in my life and dedicating a block to them. So that's going to personalize this piece. I'm not putting any initials or anything on it. And, well, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But some of the back stitching and things will wait until the end. But this is Anniversaries of the Heart, and I have 3.5 blocks completed so far. I'm stitching it on a 32 count pretty green. It was a lighter green, and then I just tea-dyed it a little bit to kind of darken it up a little, and I like the way it looks. But this is one of my pieces for the zombie run in the Daily 30 group, which means it's going to get a lot of attention this year. It's also on my WIP Go board, and it was also drawn this month. So this one will be, the goal on this one is 5,000 stitches for the year. I'm hoping to do more than that, but that's the goal for my WIP Go board. So there she is, and I'm using the Call For colors for the most part. I think I've substituted maybe a couple colors. I know this house was, I think, gray, and I made it white with a red roof because my house here was my grandmother's house, and it's white with a red roof. So, Anniversaries of the Heart. The next one bear with me because I've got some BAPs. I really do. This one is New World Sampler by Prairie Schooler. Oh, I forgot to say, and what I would like to do, I have 605 stitches into Anniversaries of the Heart in 2020. The total stitches in there are 9,432 so far. But I didn't get much work in it in 2020, and I want to change that this year, obviously. This is where I am on New World Sampler by Prairie Schooler. Quite a bit to do on that one. Now, I have 30 WIPs, 25 of them are on my WIP Go, and I think I'll talk more about WIP Go on my next video, but I think 20 of them are finishes. That's the goal, and this is one of them. You know, there's a lot of year. There's a lot of year. I tried to realize that I've got a whole year to work on some of these, all of them, so I'm hoping to touch all of them all this year. So there's where I am on that one. In 2020, I put 513 stitches in this one, and in it total, I have 2,456. Now this, I adopted this WIP. Someone sent this to me, and I adopted it, so it already had a lot of the sales and things stitched. So I'm just counting my stitches that I'm putting in it. So that's New World Sampler. I hope when I'm turning my head that you can still hear me. And I might put this over here. The next one that I brought from 2019 is Away We Ride. This is another Blackbird piece. Blackbird Designs. Started this one in 2018, pretty sure. And here is my progress on this one. I modified this one a little bit. I put a purple window to add a little mystery to it, but this is a conversion that I did. This is my conversion. And in 2020, in this one, I put 1,018 stitches, and there is a total of 3,068 stitches in it. So that's Away We Ride. So the words and the border, but it's definitely doable for a finish. I am very optimistic with some of these pieces. Okay, the next one is New Year's Sampler. This one is out of a magazine. Either For the Love of Cross Stitch or Celebrations. I can't remember. Winter 92, I believe. But here's where this one is, and this one is also my conversion. If I know the fabrics, I'll tell you, but this one's 32 count Wren by Picture This Plus. And like I said, I'm doing my own conversion. That is a really pretty blue variegated from Carrie's Creations. And there's little squirrels and rabbits down here, and there's some backstitch lines that go across in these parts that are going to make the little animals stand out a little better. But I always do the backstitch at the end. So in this one, in 2020, 974 stitches, and I have a total of 2,770 in it. So that's New Year's Sampler. I started this one New Year's Day of 19. The next one, y'all. I have talked about this one on my channel. I have made plans for this one. I have said I'm determined to finish this one. And I don't know. I enjoy stitching on it. I really do. I don't know why I've had such a difficult time going back to it. This is the year. This is the year. I am determined. I'm not carrying this WIP into another year. I'm not doing it. Y'all hold me to that, okay? Hold me to that. This is Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. And I don't have that much to go. I really don't. I just don't understand why Anyway, so here she is in all her glory. And so close, but yet so far. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. It's not hard to stitch on. It really isn't. There's a lot of back stitch in those vines, but they go quickly. The middle part is stitched 1/1. 2020, 0 stitches in this one. 0. I didn't even pick it up. Need an intervention or something with this one, because I'm this year done. It's going to be done. It's going to be done. It's on my WIP go board for a finish. So the next one, same thing. Same thing. I wanted this piece done, and I've wanted it for years and years to do it. I mean, I wanted to start it, and I want this piece completed. I really do, because it has a lot of nostalgia for me, and I really want it done. And this is Max's Moon. Who is this by? Hang on. You saw it in the pictures. Crossed my heart. I don't know what I was thinking. And this little piddly start is all I have. It's his ear. I'll be ashamed, honestly. I started this in 2018 for my birthday. 0 stitches in 2020. I can't remember if I've got I don't think I've got a finish on that one, because it's on black, and that's going to be challenging for me with my old eyes, but it is on my WIP go, and I think maybe it's got 1,000 stitches on it as a goal. I don't know. I'll go over that more. All right. Moving on to some pieces that I have actually touched this year. This is Village of Hawkrun Hollow. And I don't have one block finished yet, but I've got a good start. This is 32 count vintage country mocha, which is what I stitch my Hawkruns on. I've finished houses and map, and this is my third one. This is Village, and in this one, 2020, 1,323 stitches, and total 1,531. So this one is also on my zombie run, and it's going to be a big one. But love me some Hawkrun. Love me some Hawkrun. The next one is, excuse me, FlossTube Sneeze Fit. Jardin Privé Halloween. This was a gift from my BFF Diana. And I just have a start on this one. This one just has 196 stitches. This is also Vintage Country Mocha. It's my favorite fabric. My favorite fabric. It's painted. It's not modeled on the back, just on the front. So I did not touch this one this year because it was misplaced. I misplaced it after I started it. So this is on my WIP go for a finish. So that's Jardin Privé Halloween. The next one is, now these are in my Darktober 2019 starts, these next few that I did not finish last year. So the first one is Town of Halloween. And this one is in the 2012 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue from Primitive Hair. Here's where this one is. So lots of good progress on that one. In 2020, I put 867 stitches, and total stitches are 967. 967. There's where that one is. This is a pretty piece of Kansas City Blend R&R, 30 count. Love that fabric. Oh, only have one piece of it. Okay, the next one is 31st of October. This one is also by Primitive Hair, and it's in the 2016 issue of Just Cross Stitch Halloween. And cat hair. Here's where this one is. I think this is the way it goes. Yeah. That's her skirt. So there's where I am on that one. 351 stitches in 2020 and a total of 560 in the piece so far. So that's 31st of October. The next one is Skeleton Key, and I did not put any stitches in this one because it was misplaced as well. It was with the Jardine Privé in the same bag. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So I only have 78 stitches in this one, and I've also misplaced the thread that I started it with. So I may have to restart this one. I really want it. It's just a little, it's quick stitch, a little key. And I love locks and keys. That's one of my favorite things in the world. I have locks and keys all over my house. So I really want this. So, you know, just a little start. I will be finishing that one this year, regardless if I have to start it over. The next one is Potions, Brews, and Spells. Oh, I didn't tell you, Skeleton Key was in the 2016 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue, and it's by Stitchy Fish Designs. Then Potions, Brews, and Spells is also in the 2016 issue of the Halloween issue, and it's by Cherished Stitches. And I love this piece. I love it. I am so excited about this one. It's just so gothic, you know, looking. So in this one, 415 stitches in 2020 and a total of 617 in the piece. And it's going to be long. But look at those letters, how pretty. Aren't they pretty? I'm doing it, I think, in one strand. This might be 36 count. I think it's 36 count and I'm using one strand. So pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm excited to get that one done. I loved that one as soon as I saw it. All right. The next two I did not touch in 2020. This is Raven and Witch. It is in the 2017 Just Cross Stitch, and it's by Sarah Cancel and Elizabeth Spurlock. And I'm doing this on an even weave. It's an opalescent, and it's a little hard to work on, so I guess I've been kind of putting this off, but I really want it done, so I'm going to continue with it. But I love the fabric. So that's all I have. Duh. There are 43 stitches. Amazing. So that's Raven and Witch. It's going to be pretty when it's done. And then the next one is, the last one that I brought from 2019 into 2020 is Scary Lights. This is the 2017 offering from Mania di Donna in the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. And again, I did not touch this one in 2020, but I've got a good start on it for October in 2019. So I have 202 stitches in this one. And if you can see, that's a really deep blue. I did my own conversion for this one. So really pretty. It's going to be really pretty. That's a fun one, you know, it's fun. I like to do things outside of my comfort zone sometimes with some colors that I'm not used to doing, because I'm a very prim person. So sometimes I like to throw a little color in there. All right, the next one. Now these were 2020 new starts, and they're still WIPs that I have brought over from 2020. So I'm going to show you Elizabeth Weston last, because she doesn't play well with the other WIPs. She needs a 10-acre field to lay in. So I'll show you her after I finish the rest of them. All right. These are Stitch Mania pieces that I started in May of last year. So the first one is Silent Sampler by Rosewood Manor. This one. Oh, oh, loving, loving, loving it. Here's where it is. This is just on a 32 count piece of flax Belfast. Well, flax Belfast Zweigarten. 1,744 stitches is what you're looking at. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm using the Call for DMC on this one. Pretty, pretty. I hope you don't hear my granddog snoring. He's over there. He's got his belly full. He's just snoring. Okay, this is Fracture Bird by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I was hoping to have him done last year. I had a good run, but I did not get him finished. A little spot of fabric somewhere. And here's where he is. So cute. 500, no. Well, it might be 500 stitches even. Yeah, because I've only worked on him twice. So that's Fracture Bird. This is Dickens Village. Margaret and Margaret, I think. If I don't know for sure, if I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. I'm not going to try to dig out the pattern, but I don't have it in front of me, so you'll see it. I think it's Margaret and Margaret. And this one, I have 500 stitches in. I've not touched it since Mania. I worked on the border. I think this is my conversion. I'm not sure. May is a long time ago, y'all. So, this is a mystery linen 32 count. So, it's going to be a pretty good size sampler. I didn't cut the fabric down, so it's not going to be that big, but that's Dickens Village. I'm really looking forward to touching that one too. The next one is Blue to Sheen. Not really sure which heart it is, but what it's called, because it's in Maglev, something. It's in French. But here's where this one is. And I'm changing this one up, the colors. So this one, 537 stitches is what you're seeing. This one was called on my WIP Go, and the goal is a finish. So I'll be concentrating on this one this month, as well as 17 other things, but this will hopefully be a finish. Next is Wash Day Again by Canterbury Designs. And I chose green, and here's where this one is. This one has 505 stitches. Some of these I've not touched since Mania. So, Wash Day Again. I love that one. Wintry Mix by Just Nan. This is another one I've not touched since I started it, but it's got 501 stitches. I don't know which way's up, but it really doesn't matter because, oh yeah, so, top. That's the top. Thank you, former Cheryl. I appreciate that. But that's going to be so pretty. I love that piece. So, Wintry Mix. The next one, my West Virginia home. No clue who this one's by. I know, but I just can't think about it. I can't think of it. Now this one is, I'm doing on 36 count on a with one thread, and it's tiny. You wouldn't think this would be this small, but here's my start on this one. This one, 525 stitches. If you'll notice, there's a theme. I always, when I work on a piece, I try to get at least 500 stitches. I don't like putting 100 or 200 stitches in and then switching. I like to get a good chunk. So that's my West Virginia home. I love that piece. Love it. Okay, the next one's a beauty. This is Strawberry Hill from with a Needle, I believe. This fabric. This is another piece. This is another piece of Vintage Country Mocha, but oh my gosh, it is. Oh, look. Oh my God, that's the prettiest piece of that I've ever seen. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? But here's my start. And I think it's going to be beautiful. It's 426 stitches in that one. That fabric, oh, that fabric. Just beautiful. See, when I was pressing all these and remembering, you know, why I chose them, I was just thrilled that so many of them, I hadn't forgotten them, but I hadn't seen them in a while, and it was a good refresher, you know. Friends of the Mill, Chesian meat, I believe. This is on a French Vanilla Swirl Belfast from Silkweaver. Here's my start. Got a little bit of the mill done. I'm doing this in my own conversion as well. 1,011 stitches so far. So that's fun. That's a lot of fun. There's some specialty stitches in that one as well. Beggar's Fourth, Threadwork Primitives. One of my favorites. 1,000, no, I've got some more in this that I didn't add. I think I worked on this one in December. Where is my book? Clear over there. I think there's about 1,800 stitches in this one. But there's where he is in his handsomeness. So that's Beggar's Fourth. Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery. 32 count Stormy Night. Love this fabric as well. Oh. Got the roofs pretty much done on both houses, and I'm doing my houses in blue instead of red. So it's going to be very pretty. I'm excited to see that one finished. Garden of Life, Blackbird Designs. This one. Sophie. She contributes to every one of my pieces. 866 stitches. And that's where I am on it. Pretty, pretty. Colorful Eagle by Kitty and Me Designs. This is a zombie run piece for me. 796 stitches. And I started putting the blending the Petite Treasure Braid here. I don't know if you can see it sparkle a little bit. I can't see what you're seeing, so I don't know. But he's going to have all kinds of gold sparkle in him. Love it. Need more patriotic pieces. I started him for my birthday this year. 796 stitches so far. Fright Night. At Quarter Shop, Lori Holt. Stitch Along from back in October. 28 count Hazy Gray Even Weave from Fabric Flair. It's painted fabric as well. Here's where this one is. 2,667 stitches. No. plus 700 and some. 3,399 stitches in it. And Beggar's Fourth, 1,875 stitches. Yeah, it's 1,800. I was right about that. So, yeah, that's Fright Night. Pretty. And the last one was a new start you haven't seen yet. This is Quaker Christmas, or Christmas Quaker 2. Christmas Quaker 2. You're seeing it now, whichever way it is. This is Song of the Seasons. I have both of them, the Quaker Seasons. Try again. Christmas Quaker 1 and Christmas Quaker 2. But I started with 2 because I love the songs of the seasons. There are Christmas carols all throughout it. It's in 2 colors. I've been wanting to start this piece forever, and the piece that I did for Mary Gary just made me want to start a Quaker, so I did. And I started Christmas Day. And in this one, I got 505 stitches. I'm using Gentle Arts Mulberry and Piney Woods. That's the 2 colors that I chose. So they're kind of a muted red and green. And this is a piece of Picture This Plus Heartland in it's in Edinburgh. How do you say it, Sarah? I forgot. Anyway, it's 36 count. It's going to be pretty big. But it's just gorgeous. 1/2. So that's my new start. All right, my big girl. My big girl. This is Elizabeth Weston by Hands Across the Sea. I started her New Year's Day last year. Woefully, I worked on her that day. That's it. That's it. Again, this is just like inspiration. I love stitching on it. I'm using the Called For Silks. Not sure why I haven't picked her up again. I have no clue. In her 501 stitches. And that's what I have. Oh, feels so good. Those silks. Oh. This is Lakeside Linen Wild Honey. This is one of the colors that Nicola recommended. I've got my little Hands Across the Sea needle minder. So she is also on my zombie run. She is also on my WIP Go for at least 5,000 stitches. So she'll be getting a lot of attention this year. I put them on my WIP Go and my zombie run to force myself to touch them. So yeah, she is a big girl. She is a, where'd she go? There it is. Yeah, she is quite large, like her mama. So that's my Elizabeth Weston. Those are my 30 WIPs as of right now. I officially have one more WIP because I had a New Year's start, but I'll show you that in my next FlossTube. Those are my 30 WIPs that I brought into 2021 with me. So that's what I have right now. Like I said, I'll be back with my finishes, my planner. I'll show you my planner and what I've got in there. I'm a very simple. I don't like a lot of pages to keep up with because I don't keep up with them. So I track my stitches and my projects very simply. So I'll show you how I do that. I'll wrap up 2020 as far as stitch counts, how many stitches I got done, and how many starts and finishes and all that in the next video. Alright, thank you so much for joining me, and again, Happy New Year. I hope you're enjoying your stitching. I hope you've got a lot of good plans, and until I see you again, happy stitching!